So Cam, 2017 second overall pick in the CFL draft by the Saskatchewan Roughriders. 2019 West Division most outstanding Canadian after 61 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, and CFL.ca's number 1 free agent to hit the market. Cam, we're excited to have you. I'll throw it over to you to say a few words, and then we'll open it up for questions.
All right. Well, thank you for having me here. Obviously, I'm really excited to get out to Toronto, get a new start. Of course, I want to give a thank you to Saskatchewan for, as you said, drafting me. Keeping my career alive after college when I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, and really just it was a great 3 years there, and I'm forever thankful for that. And I'm excited for a new start and to get out there to Toronto.
Awesome. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate that. So we'll dive right into questions then. We'll go first to Frank Zigarelli, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Frank.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for doing this, Cameron. Cameron, just looking at your bio quickly, it seems like for someone who's 26, you've had a well-rounded career around football. Where do you think you are at this stage in your evolution as a football player?
I still think I got a lot of work to go. I think I got a lot of improvements I can make. I feel like last season with the Riders, 2019, I feel like I left a lot of plays out there. Sometimes I was a half step too late, got a little bit of a wrong read and I was just out of position. I feel like the more time I spend out on the field, I'll be able to correct those things and make some improvements.
Do you have a follow-up, Frank, or are you good?
I think he's talking, but I don't hear anything.
Frank, are you on mute?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, Cameron. Cameron, just good, buddy. Can you take us through the process of signing with the Argos? Was it a no-brainer for you? Was it just a matter of they were so, I guess, aggressive in wanting you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty good relationship with Murph from his time at Sask, obviously, and then I had a really good conversation with Pinball, and so they understood that I wanted to, take my chances down south. I've been sitting at home waiting for that for a couple months now after opting out. So when one popped up, I really wanted to take that shot and see if I could make something out of it. And they were understanding for that. They wanted the best for me, and they just let me know, like, if it doesn't work out, like, they really wanted me to come there and stuff. And Sask, they didn't, they had moves to make, and that's part of the business. That's the risk I took, and so it just worked out, and I'm excited to get to Toronto.
Thanks, Cameron.
Thanks, Frank. We'll go next to Justin Dunk, 3 Down Nation. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Cam, thanks for doing this, man. I was just curious if you could take us through what that Raiders workout experience was like, how it came together, what it was like being in the facility, maybe who was there, and then some of the feedback that you got from them.
It was a pretty cool experience. That's my third workout I've had so far, and the Raiders that was my childhood team. I wore Raider shoes to school in 8th grade, so it was a really exciting time. Get to meet some of those guys. Give the opportunity to show them what I can do, and I feel the feedback was pretty good. I'm a little undersized, so I got that working against me. But I mean, I'm happy with what I did. I did what I could do, and at the end of the day, that's all I can do. So, I don't have regrets for going out there and trying to do what I do, and it was a good time.
Did they say to you, go back to the CFL, maybe add some muscle or get a little heavier and work on these other skills in your game, and we'll take a look at you again after the 2021 season?
Yeah, that's pretty much what my agent was saying. I just get a couple more pounds on me and just have another good season, and I guess whatever happens, happens. But at this point, I'm focused on the Argos. I'm focused on CFL. I'm focused on trying to win a Grey Cup. So that's really where my focus is for this year.
And in terms of moving on from the Riders, were you surprised that the timing of your NFL workout caused them to move on, considering they drafted you and you had played so well there and clearly developed a big following among the fan base?
a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's business. And, if they waited for me and say I were to get the contract, then, that puts them in a bad position. So, it's how it goes. And, you know, that's about it.
Thanks, man. I'll let somebody else jump in.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. We'll go next to David Morisuti, fan-sided.
Hey, Cam. First off, welcome to Toronto. Just wanted to get your thoughts on when you look at the roster and all the moves that the Argos have made this offseason. What excites you about the opportunity here?
Oh man, there's a lot to be excited about when you look at the roster. Obviously I have some familiarity. There's a few guys from the Riders last year over there, and then a couple guys that I watched on TV down south, and I'm excited to get out there. There's even a few Pac-12 guys I played against in college. So there's a lot of talent there, a lot of proven talent, and it will be exciting to see how we can come together and get something going.
Thanks, David.
Cam.
Are there any more questions? Mr. Stanici, do you have a question? You do? Okay, we'll go to you, Frank.
Okay. Cam, first of all, welcome to Toronto. You've moved further east, closer to home. How impactful is moving east to you in that decision that you made to sign here?
It's going to be different. I've never really lived on the East Coast. I was born in Montreal, but I was just a little baby when we left. So it'll be a different experience, but it's just a couple hours, I'm sure I'll get used to it, used to the feel of things out there. Obviously I played in Toronto with Riders, and so obviously an amazing city, and I'm excited.
You had a pick 6 last year. You're a young player on the cusp of being a veteran. Last year was a great year for you. Main reason why you were considered a top free agent. Tell us how you commit yourself to defense and the risk-taking factor. Where are you at in your career in that regard? How much are you going after a pick 6? How much you don't want to lose your assignment? And just give it to us in your own words where you are right now.
Oh, well, at the end of the day, I trust my instincts. If I feel something, if I, trust my film study, if I'm prepared and I see something play out how, I envision during the week, and I feel I can make a play, I feel I'm going to do that. But at the end of the day, my biggest thing is just do my assignment and trust the scheme of the defense, trust the guys around me. And when the plays come to me, that's my time to make them. I'm not kind of, step out of my role, my assignment to go try and do something crazy. I just let the plays come to me as they do and trust the guys around me.
How good did that feel, that first pick 6?
Oh, it felt amazing. It felt amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a feeling I'm trying to get again.
Okay, we can move on.
Thanks, Frank. We'll go next to Dan Ralph, Canadian Press. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Cameron. First of all, I'm just curious where you see yourself fitting into Toronto's defense. Do you plan on being used the same way you were in Saskatchewan, or do you think there'll be something different in what you bring to the field in 2021?
I think that I'll be able to focus on my strengths a lot. I feel like with that D-line, I'll be able to play in space a lot. I obviously feel comfortable getting up to the quarterback too. So really, whatever they need me to do, honestly, I've never really felt like I'm a scheme player. I feel like I've played in a bunch of schemes throughout my career, and I'm able to adjust to them all. And I feel like I'm a pretty rounded linebacker. So whatever they need me to do, I can do.
What about having played with Charleston before? Do you and him sort of play off each other?
Oh man, for sure. I love playing with Charleston. We during the weeks in practice, we talk about things amongst ourselves about being on that boundary last year or 2019. And with a player like that, you kind of just let him do what he does, and it's I feel comfortable, playing off of him and letting him do what he do. Let him do what he does, and usually good things happen.
Terrific. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. We'll go back to Frank Ziccarelli, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Frank.
Thanks, Chris. Cameron, being at UCLA, it's obviously it's known for its basketball program. Did you get involved in hoops at all at any time during your sporting life?
I was just a lunchtime basketball guy, but that's how I spent most of my time in high school, playing basketball at lunch. But I never really too much organized past like middle school.
Did you go see the Bruins play?
Oh yeah, yeah. They had some pretty good players when I was there, so it was fun.
Yeah, because the Raptors, when they're in LA, they use Poly Pavilion as their practice site. I don't know if you ever had occasion to run into Norman Powell or go actually watch the Raptors practice.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch them practice, but yeah, I remember seeing Norman when he was at UCLA, checking out the games, and yeah, it's great to see the success he's having up in Toronto.
Cameron, I'm just looking at your bio. Clay Matthews coached you. What kind of an influence do you think he had on your development?
Oh, I think he had a huge influence. When I first got to high school, I was running back in my mind. Like offense was what I did. And then my sophomore year, he told me I had a chance to start at linebacker, but I'd be defense only for that year. And I mean, when someone like Clay Matthews tells you you got a shot at something in your future, you're going to take it. So I did that and worked with him for 3 years. And I feel like that built the structure of who I am as a linebacker. And a lot of things he told me I still use every day.
You guys still maintain a relationship?
Yeah, I still see him every now and then. He comes into the gym I'm at sometimes. His son was there for a few years as well, Clay the third. So yeah, we're still in general same area, and it's always good to catch up with him.
Thanks for your time, Cameron. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. We'll take a couple more. Justin Dunk, 3 Down Nation. Go ahead, Justin.
Hey, Cam, I was curious if Charleston Hughes was recruiting you to come to Toronto after he signed there. Was he in your ear?
Have you met Charleston before? But yeah, I had a couple of chats with Charleston. He's definitely a guy I look up to. In the way he carries himself, the way he handles his way and navigates the league. So I've listened to what he had to say, and yeah, he did a pretty good job. He he has the same mindset as me. He wants to win a championship, and that's what I want to do as well. So I feel comfortable with the decision I made. I'm happy with the decision I made to where we can do that.
And for you, when you were drafted into Saskatchewan, Chris Jones was the head coach and GM there. How integral was he in your development at the pro level? Because he was your first pro head coach.
Oh, he was huge. Obviously my rookie year, I got injured, and I was having some doubts if I even wanted to keep playing. And Coach Jones was one of the biggest reasons that got me back there. And when I did come back, I remember a few games in, he's telling me, how proud he was of me and stuff. And it was really special to hear that from a guy like Coach Jones. I've got a lot of respect for him, and how he approaches work, how he approaches games, practice. And I feel like that's something I took on too, just taking this thing serious and giving it everything you got, and, knowing pretty much what the teams are trying to do before they even know. And I feel like that helped me a lot in 2019, even without him being there.
Do you keep in touch with Coach Jones since he's been down in the NFL?
Not really. I haven't really talked to him too much, but I feel like he's a phone call away, I don't feel like that relationship has passed or anything. I feel like he's a guy I could always go to for help.
Yeah, and I got to ask you one more, and then I'll let somebody else jump in too. But there's sort of some, I think, unfair assumptions being made around the Argos salary cap situation, and they're signing everyone. What do you have to say to some of those people that think the Argos are over the cap, even though we all know they're really not?
I don't know. Get a hobby. I don't know. Worry about something else. I mean, I don't really see why everyone's so concerned with that. They can tweet, say all they want. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm sure Pinball and Murphy, they know what they're doing. It's something I don't really concern myself with.
Got you. Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, Justin. Frank, we'll go back to you. Stanichi, if you have one question, go ahead.
Okay, you talked about structure and versatility. How have you worked on that? If you could explain to us on if I ask you, what is structure, what is versatility, and how does it help you?
You mean structure as far as what?
Okay, as far as structure is in some terms, in coaching terms, is how the group plays together and how each part fits in. Versatility allows you to move around in that structure. These are
Yeah.
two assets that people have talked about you a lot, that they consider you very versatile. How did you become so versatile, if that makes it easier, if that question makes it easier?
Okay, yeah, thank you for clarifying. I feel that goes back to my time at UCLA. We ran a 3-4. I played all four linebacker positions during my time there. So, just being able to adapt to whatever's asked of you, and especially in college, you're on the field. So I was just open to do whatever, and I feel like it helped me define that versatility that I have now.
Thanks, Frank. And Cam, we'll get you out of here on this last one. Frank Ziccarelli, Toronto Sun.
Cameron, sorry, I've never met you before. Is the beard new to your facial demeanor, appearance?
This length is a little new, yeah. The little quarantine beard. I actually trimmed it down like a week or a little around there ago. It was like a little bit more, but yeah, it's something new.
So you're not gonna emulate the James Harden look?
I don't even know if I could. My cheeks coming a little patchy, so.
But it looks very it looks, well, I don't want to sound bad. It looks cool actually. Is that a look you want to maintain going forward?
We'll see. We'll see how it feels in my chin strap and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been a nice little change.
Yeah, I got no hair, so I'm always envious when people can grow their hair. But Cameron, thanks again. We're looking forward to meeting you in person.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to it as well.
Thanks, Frank. We love beards around here. All right, Cam, thanks so much for doing this, for taking the time, and thanks everyone for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoy your afternoons and the rest of your days, and we'll talk soon.